And Stella, please.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining this fireside chat. I think actually TK has given many excellent tips on the preparations of the examination and how to actually attend to the examination. I learned a lot as well, because I think being leaving the examination hall for many years, I think it's now the actually putting ourselves back to the shoes of the students and see how the institute can help them to get prepared for the examination. As CK said rightly, the institute is always here to help. We would like to encourage students to attend the examinations and support them to go through this journey in a successful way. As CK mentioned rightly, that we understand that the students attending the examinations are all having a full-time job. It is very difficult for them to allocate time among the work, the family, and their own self. It will require a lot of sacrifice and also a lot of efforts in order to achieve the examination to get to the membership. So I think that's why we are here to support, giving the facilities that we think that we can help the students. Apart from all the preparation techniques and all the examination tips given, I think we would like to provide some tips on how to approach the examinations in a more structured and more disciplined manner. In fact, I think students have got different reasons to why they want to become a institute member. Some get well, we want to get a professional qualification, but why? Some would like to make it as a stepstones to enter into this CG career. For example, you are just a university graduate. You want to further studies to pursue your way in this professional sector. And some students who may have worked in other industry would like to switch your career into the CG field so that you can get more better career development. So everybody has got different purpose. And but even this is still different, even though you got different reasons for that, the ultimate goal is to get to membership, get your professional qualification. I just want to give you a recommended more structured approach, a systematic approach to how to approach this journey to membership. Okay. With the help of Louisa, we want to put this as a method, as a SMART approach. SMART and approach actually you may get it from a lot of management books, and to use a very systematic way to approach setting a goal and the journey to achieve the goal. Now, SMART, the first letters S, stand for specific. The first thing is to set a specific goal, but how specific it is, how to do it. So I actually I would like to approach this aspect into two sides. The first one is the ultimate goal. With how to set a more specific goal, we can use another sort of management approach, is to ask your question on this 5W questions, and a very traditional sort of system is what, why, where, when, and who. And with this, you have to think through the your circumstances. that is to make sure that you set a goal which is attainable and also fit your own self. For example, what is your ultimate goal? Your ultimate goal is, well, here is very simple. It's just to become a member of the institute. So this is the goal. Then why do you want to achieve it? Because you have to set your incentive and your the ultimate sort of purpose of doing so. Otherwise, you don't have the drive to do it. Don't just say, oh, my schoolmates are doing this, so I'm doing this. No, that will be something very personal to you, driving yourself to this goal. So maybe your goal is, oh, I want to secure a professional qualification so that I can further my development in career. And also maybe, oh, I'm doing this, but I'm very interested in CG field. So I would like to get qualifications so that I can switch my job to the CG field, be in ComSat or some other CG's position. So you have to set something so as to be the driver of achieving this goal. And then, okay, where to achieve this? This boils down to how to do it is the route to achieve the goal. For example, here we have the CGQB examination, but of course we have another choice at the CCA master degree course. So you have to, assess your circumstances in order to choose the way that you would like to pursue in order to help you to achieve this goal. CGQB examination, I think when people considering this option is that it's more flexible. You can do it, according to your own schedule, according to your own circumstances, and also people think, oh, because it's much cheaper than the CCA. So but it will require more discipline and self-driven approach in order to to bring yourself to attend the examinations in a more successful way. So you have to think through how and your personality and whether you are a very disciplined person or whether your job is very demanding and you need a very flexible arrangement or a time management in order to be able to attend to this. So the fourth point is when do you want to achieve it? How long? How long you will have to set your goal so that you can time the number of modules you take every time. So whether you want your very aggressive, maybe 1 or 2 years, or you want to achieve everything. So you think you can afford to take maybe 4 modules during one diet. So you really have to set a very aggressive plan. But because of other commitments, you think, oh, I may think I do it 1 or 2 by one time so that I can better allocate my time, or I can focus more on, getting more familiar with the modules and really get the gist and all the knowledge from the modules. Then you can set, according to your own choice. Okay, then the fifth one is who can help you. I think you are not alone. Not only you yourself, but as CK mentioned earlier, we have a lot of support from the institutes, and be it the online study material, the past paper, examinations report, our student sharing groups, and also the preparatory course, etc. There are a lot of things in supporting you. And we also have a mentorship program so that you can get experience in sharing from our senior member of the institute. And of course, the past students, your peers, and as CK suggested that we can form study groups so that we can, leverage on each other's effort, sharing the notes, discussion, maybe we will try to, tips, what would be most popular topics in the coming examination. These are all very helpful. Of course, you need the support from your families and understanding from your co-workers, etc. So, these are the things that you can think of and see how these people will help you to finish your goal. And similarly, that is the ultimate goal. But I think to pursue this I think it's not an easy task. Then you have to set smaller goal, break down into shorter term goal, and so that you can achieve the examination in each of the diet. And this is boiled down to the more detailed planning of preparation. Again, the 5W questions you need to answer. And I'll just give you some examples on how to determine your short-term goal here. For example, in the coming diet, I want to, according to the ultimate plan, I want to attend 2 modules in one diet. So you have to think about which 2 modules you are choosing. And then the reason why you choose that, well, because I'm more familiar with this topic, so that I can allocate, affordable time to do it. Or because company law or interpretation of financial accounting, come law, we need a lot of times to, to deal with the cases. But financial accountings and more in numbers, so that it will require different knowledge. Then we can try to have a balance. So you could just think of some sort of strategies on how to choose the module so as to balance, the time and effort spent on each of the module during the examination. Of course, if you want to attend one modules at the time, then of course it's okay. You will be more focused. Okay, again, the reason for choosing the module is what I have mentioned, is to consider your affordability, the time allocation, and whether you are familiar with the modules already, and so that you can determine the time allocated to it. And of course, the other is where here is to organize the space for you to work on your goal. Well, I think it is good that you have a designated space at home so that you can have all your materials ready. And when you have time, you can sit down and just, focus on your reading. Or you can have some sort of notes paper ready, or put it ready in your phone or whatever, a small paper, so that you can have, have time to read during your travel. And when you see all the people are holding the phone during the travel in the MTR, when they are playing online games or watching some other news, or Facebook or Instagram, and you are looking at your notes, I think it is more rewarding in that way. And then when or who, then I think study timetable and who are helping you will be similar. We can look at the other alphabet in the whole world of SMART. The second alphabet, measurable. Okay, you have set your plan already, and of course you need to schedule a very disciplined working timetable for yourself, and so that you will be able to measure your work or what you have achieved in your study. So here, as said, to how much time you want to allocate, you set first, and then you make sure you comply to it, and to make yourself very disciplined on achieving this goal. And then you have to follow the study schedule and mark the chapter you have studied, so you will see your progress and what you have achieved. Then it will be easier, because I think here the gist is set smaller goal, not very too aggressive to yourself. Then you can gain satisfaction and have the drive to go on. Okay, time is not much, then I will go faster. The third alphabet is attainable, and here is again how much resources you had, and what is your own capability. And when you look at this, and you need to see, if I don't have the for example, the knowledge, or the familiarity in that subject, you may want to get help from the preparatory course, and also the other programs that we have made available to the students. And if others done that, then you will want to share their tips and their techniques on doing so. So you can also rely on their experience. Okay. And then I think another thing is to measure is CK also mentioned about that. When you finish one topic, then you can just try to write down the summary on what you have learned in a one piece of paper or one page. You know, CK has already mentioned about this, and even the font size and also the line spacing tips has already given to you. So you can also refer back to this summary from time to time, so as to remind yourself what you have learned. So that means I know, even though in my age I tend to forget easily, but during my time as a student I also tend to forget easily after my study. So this is a very good approach in reminding you what you have read. Okay, realistic. I think, as I mentioned, that you have to set realistic goal. And this is also to be also lead to your habit. When you want to set a study program for yourself, I think you have to make it as a habit for yourself. And then as here, we also mentioned that try to develop a habit in 21 days. So for example, I will just set aside at least 1 or 2 hours during the night time before I sleep on study. So when you try to be persistent on this for 21 days, it will set a lifetime habit for yourself. And here I think also it will be good that you try to instill this reading habit in during your work, and when you are back to home, then it's a regular reading times that you stick to it. Then it will also help you to make yourself more disciplined in your study. And the last T, time bound, as you have already planned, it's a deadline. You've got a deadline to fulfill your goal. Whatever the time you have set, for example, you want to finish the whole examination in 2 years or 3 years or even 6 years, and you will have to stick to it. And but anyway, I think as an institute rule, we hoped that you can finish the CGQP within 6 years. But anyway, I think you really want to get yourself on your footpath so that you would achieve this in a way that suits yourself. And also, there's another tips I would like to share with you. People, for example, we have suggested at least to start revising the syllabus for at least 3 months. And the syllabus is huge. And I always receive complaints from students that I don't really have time to finish the entire syllabus. And how to do it? But actually, in the syllabus, you can see the grade, assigned to each of the section. And that is the times that this is the reference that you can refer on in allocating the time you can spend on each of the section. And also when when the questions are being set for the examination paper, actually the allocation is also referring to this grid. So I think this grid will give you a very good reference on the importance of each of the subject. And I think during the examinations, all the questions are being set based on the weight according to this grid. So this is some very good tips that you can rely on. So again, examples, and of course each of you will get your own goal according to this SMART goal setting approach. And I hope you can follow this goal. And finally, there are some tips. And these are the tips that I won't repeat all the 10 tips. And quite some of them are very sort of standard one， 唔講都知啦咁樣。But I think it gives you just a reminder on the things that you should do or are proposed to be good for you to pursue your examination.